G'day, it's Ben from the regions here. I'd almost given up hope of being able to make this video in 2024. So Santa Claus has come to the party for the agriculture sector with regards some policy tweaks that we've been asking for a long time. I'll give you a brief overview what they are, and then we will post this specific material in a market email before the break. Before I roll through these changes, a massive thank you to everyone involved in the background, whether it's our business or Fed Farmers or Dairy New Zealand. I know Andrew Hoggard of the ACT Party. I think Andrew's like the Associate Minister of Agriculture and Animal Welfare. And obviously Erica Stanford, who somehow wears two hats between the ministerial roles for education and immigration. So yeah, thank you to all involved for these changes. They are really needed. There's been a bureaucratic requirement for people to watch modules on employment practices, so they're no longer going to be in place. That's not a biggie. From March of 2025, anyone coming in on a junior visa, so I want to emphasize these are new visas, nothing to do with anyone on a visa now, that's no longer going to be tied to the median wage. The letter of the law we have agreed on there is the market rate, and within submissions we need to evidence what the market rate is. Those of us that have done this a while will remember we used to rely pretty heavily on the Federated Farmers Remuneration Report. Outside of that, you know, your Trade Me and your Seek ads for what certain roles are being advertised for on the market. You are going to have to earn a touch under $56,000 a year to support your family on visas from March of next year. That's just under 27 bucks an hour. So the vast majority of people in agriculture will be earning that. And this is another good middle ground recognition that we need people in rural New Zealand bringing their families and raising their children and keeping our school rolls propped up in areas that we do lack some people. The much talked about and pretty frustrating relevant experience criteria that we've seen since April of this year gets some tweaks. People are going to have 2 years relevant experience, and there's still submissions to come on the legal threshold and the verification of relevant. Obviously, if you've chased some chickens and milked some cows by hand in a developing country, you don't have IRD login and a bank account like you do in New Zealand. So we will be ironing out middle ground on realistic expectations on how people can evidence their relevant experience in developing countries. So I'm mindful there's a massive number of contract milkers and more contract milkers by the year within our client base who have come here with the clothes on your back, and you're looking to employ people you potentially know. That is tracking in the right direction with regards experience, verification and thresholds. And obviously on your pretty tight contract milking budgets, paying someone who's still learning the ropes and doesn't know how to put the wash through in the shed, paying them a little bit under median wage, the market rate for a junior, is a really good step forward. The MSD social welfare requirement for seeking unemployed people, rather than having a mandatory 21-day advertising period, that now moves to a good faith expectation where we still need to do it. And obviously in the real world, if there's anyone out there who wants to come and milk cows, there's so many jobs in rural New Zealand, they won't have any difficulty locating one. But we're no longer going to be pinned on this 21-day absurdity that it's probably better suited for the cities where there's higher numbers of unemployment anyway. People changing jobs and changing employers, good news there. That's always been a really prickly point. You kind of lose your work rights if you're needing to change employer. From April, you'll carry interim work rights if you're applying for an AEWV of any description, so long as you're coming off another type of relevant visa, like another work visa, another student visa. It will not apply if you're trying to come off a visitor's visa to go onto a work visa. You don't get work rights immediately. I want to talk about that part of our market. It's been a pain in the bum this year. People are telling immigration some tall stories that they're coming here to drink some beer and go to their cousin's wedding. They turn up on a visitor's visa and they are applying for jobs. Please do not do that. Please do not encourage your family members to do that. If you've got the right experience, if your cousin's got the right experience that you want to have them potentially come and work for you, plan it and do it the right way. None of this nonsense coming in on visitors' visas, and yeah, we want no part of that. From July, so getting 7-8 months in front of us today, but the job check process is going to be easier for low-risk trusted employers. I'm probably not the most objective person about the agriculture sector. I think every employer is brilliant in begging people to work for $30 an hour plus a house and firewood and meat and milk. But we finally have some recognition coming in the visa framework that for employers who have legally compliant trading and employment and environment histories, they're not going to be put through the rigmarole that some of these, most notably construction in Auckland City seems to be one that's in the papers every 20 minutes for not playing by the rules. And the final cab off the rank for these announced changes, in our world, this will apply more to our contractors and our sheep shearers, but there's a seasonal visa product line going to be available from about the middle of next year. That's going to be a 3-year multiple entry visa for your contractors, your sheep shearers. If they're experienced is all we've got out of the agreement so far. There'll be some back and forth, no doubt, in the next few months on some thresholds for experienced. And there's going to be a 7-month single entry seasonal visa for lesser experienced people. I'm mindful you've got better things to do at this time of year than listen to me ramble, so it's turned into a long video. I hope these policy changes are of value. I'm certain they will be if you've made it to this part of the video. A massive thank you to everyone in the background, as I've earlier said, making these changes happen. And then for everyone else out there on farms, whether you're a junior farm assistant or you own 2 dairy farms, we at the Regions want to wish you a Merry Christmas. I hope you are fully staffed and you can have a little bit of time off. But equally, if you're in the shed on Christmas Day, our thoughts are with you. This will be our last video for 2024. We're closing from about Friday afternoon. I think there'll be something cold in the fridge and we will be back to work at, I think it's the 6th or the 7th, whatever that Monday is in January. Once again, thank you to everyone involved. Really, really good to be able to deliver these changes to the market basically on Christmas Eve. Cheers, over and out.